Everyone, Raider dashing one more here. Just trying to get a bit settled here. Got the engine running as it was a bit chilly out, but probably won't have it running for too long. It's a bit noisy in the background at some times when I'm doing the videoing. Anyway, hopefully all the dashers did well this Thursday. Hopefully you made enough monies to warrant being out, etc. Just a decent night here in our delivery zone. I mean, it wasn't overly busy. I mean, there was offers coming through that were not worth taking. But that's every bloody night. But I actually did a dash along the way. I started just after 4 o'clock, and it was a dash along the way, but didn't really get anything until we actually got to Lee Summit. So and that turned out to be, actually I went through the car wash. I took the van through the car wash. They wouldn't let me go through me and put my arms up like that. Anyway, but no, went through the car wash, then got this offer for Gus's famous fried chicken, and get a bit warm in there now. Anyway, did that. Went off and did that one. I think that paid $12, and went towards Raintree Lake area, down off Pryor Road there, and then I see that there's this new thing on DoorDash. As soon as you get to the address and you click off the map that you're on, that you're there, it comes up and it says, remember to grab the desserts before delivering. You want me to grab them and keep them? You're not exactly being very specific here. Doesn't say grab them out your vehicle and deliver them to the customer. You just said grab them. And then later on, I got another one that says, remember to grab the drinks. Well, you're really not being very specific here. Anyway, yes, customers got all their food and desserts. But anyway, got those delivered, and yeah, it was fairly decent night. It was okay. I wasn't rushing around like a lunatic. I didn't feel in the rushing around mood. But got some deliveries done, made quota. So, and I actually did quota pretty quick for some reason or other. But anyway, didn't really have any problems. Nothing really untoward tonight. Usual dipsticks on the road. But and then we went off, I think around about 9 o'clock. And by the way, I would have put everything up, what I've done from the beginning of the one. I haven't really spoken a lot about what I've done so far, because I've got something else to talk about. But yeah, we went to the market for dinner. Got there around about 9 o'clock. Decided just to work through a little bit yesterday. And because it's now 12:30 a.m. on a Monday morning. On a Friday morning. Would have been a long flipping drive on that one. But no, went to the market, had a couple of sandwiches and whatever else. And they were doing a karaoke thing when we went in there. I don't know, there was some flipping bird outside that kept shouting about flipping the karaoke. All I wanted was something to eat. I didn't care what the hell she was on about. But anyway, if you fancy flipping going there on a Thursday night and doing karaoke, they've got a machine there, and you can go and join in. Personally, all I wanted was something to eat and didn't care about what else was going on. But anyway, it's a real good place to go. And they're open from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m. So if you need something through the middle of the night, that's the place to go. They do pizzas. They actually had a pizza bar going, by the way. Pizzas, they got chili, bowls of chili there, which is really good. And toasted sandwiches, cold sandwiches, good grief. They got convenience shop stuff, like if you want to go wash your hair, or need soap of any kind, or gallon of milk, or I don't know, a wine bottle or something. They got all of that there. But go down there, check them out. It's real nice people that run that place or own that place. So go along. Market on Main. It's next door to Conrad's, between Conrad's and Flavour on Main Street. Anyway, so tonight I want to be a little bit different. On this video, I want to be a bit different. Oh, by the way, I did go on Dashing Grandpa's live stream. That was quite fun. We did that right after having something to eat and never did anything after that. I kind of got involved in that. Mrs. Womble fell asleep and I was just too busy watching Dashing Grandpa. I did have DoorDash on in the background, but, well, I guess I got kicked off. Anyway, but that was okay. Anyway, I just gonna work all the way through the weekend. The weekdays I don't really bother so much anymore because there ain't really a whole lot going on. And Mrs. Womble goes to dialysis 3 days a week, and Friday morning is one of the days that she goes, so we generally finish a bit early on the days that she goes, or the night before she goes to dialysis. Anyway, so a few weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I was at Siki's Japanese restaurant over there in Lee's Summit. And I met a bloke over there, an Indian fella, and he was there trying to get a job. And told me that he'd walked there to get there. But he walks everywhere, and his mate works there, and he's waiting for his mate to give him a lift home. So, but he was looking for what he told me. He says that he's got this certain visa, he's only here as a student, and he was looking for a cash job. I mean, I don't know who's going to flipping do that. I don't know anyone who's going to do that. So, you know, I wished him good luck on that. If I found anyone, I would just shoot him, send him a message, I suppose, text message. We exchanged phone numbers. So I never thought anything of it. I never... I spoke to Mrs. Womble about it, and she said, well, why doesn't he just talk to the school that he's studying at? And I sent him that message, why don't you do that? Or talk to an immigration attorney or whoever deals with all that stuff. And it was the other one that I said, no, it's not possible, he says. All right, whatever. Mate, I've done whatever I've suggested. You do whatever you want. I don't think he was here illegally. It's just he's here on a student, needed some money, I suppose. At least he was trying. However, yesterday, maybe Wednesday, I got a message from him out of the blue. How am I doing? All that business. I'd sent him a message saying, well, have you found work yet? No, not found work. Okay. Well, good luck with that. But then he sends me this message saying, do you have a DoorDash account? Well, first of all, you saw me in there as DoorDash in the Japanese restaurant, but maybe you didn't remember that. No, I went, DoorDash? You mean for buying food? That was my reply back. You mean for buying food? And what's the reason for asking? Something like that. And he says, oh, he replied saying that he's seen many Indian people buying accounts off of buying DoorDash accounts off of Americans. Well, first of all, I'm not American, but okay. And I went, oh, what in the hell would someone want to flipping buy a DoorDash account? I mean, go get your own bloody DoorDash account. It's free. Well, you have to pay a monthly fee, I suppose, but it didn't make any flipping sense. What in the hell's this flipping bloke on about? Well, then I went to look it up. I looked it up. I went on Google and I went, and he said rent as well. Rent? Sell. So I went on Google and I done a search. DoorDash accounts for sale or rent, whatever. And holy shite, I did not know this. There's DoorDash drivers that are, and some of you may already know. I know when I mentioned it to Dash and Grandpa tonight, he was aware of this. And maybe it's old news, I don't know. But for me, it's not. So I looked up this thing, and it says that drivers, for some reason or other, that maybe don't want to work that night or don't want to, or maybe off late or sick or something or other, they're renting their accounts out to total strangers, basically, and letting strangers use their accounts, and they get 10 to 15% back as a kickback off of it. I don't know what they're getting if they're selling their accounts. That part, I don't know. Well, I didn't go too far into it. And the reason I didn't go too far into it is because, are you shaking off your head? I mean, there are so many flipping things wrong with that. First of all, you don't know who the hell you're flipping renting to. It's one thing to rent to your kid or something, not rent, but let your kid or your wife or whatever flipping girlfriend do your door dashing if you've laid yourself up, got sick or whatever. A family member of some sort, close family member. But to do it for strangers? Are you totally flipping off your flipping trolley or what? I mean, alright, first of all, you don't know who the hell you're renting your bloody flipping account to. You know darn well that there's either something wrong with their background check. That's why they couldn't get onto DoorDash in the first place. They're either like that fella flipping just on a student visa and cannot really work or not allowed to work in the US. And maybe it doesn't just happen in the US, maybe it happens in other countries too, I don't know. I mean, this is all flipping new to me. Mind-boggling too. Because there's a reason why these people are not able to dash. DoorDash, maybe it happens with Uber Eats and Spark and other flipping platforms too. But there's a reason they can't get on. One is they're not legal, they cannot legally work. One is they've done something bad in their past and they can't pass the bloody background check. Which, really, I think is pretty bloody easy. I mean, I've got no problems. I've passed all my background checks. But it's, I don't know what you have to do to not pass a background check. But you don't know what these people have done. You don't know what these people are capable of. So, and I don't know whether the actual account holder keeps a hold of the monies as it comes in and pays the other person minus the 10% or 15%. But I know that a phone number gets changed to the person to whom you're renting your account to. That way they get all the VPN orders come through and they can pick and choose what they want. And also, is this going to be bad for other drivers, legitimate drivers? Are these the people that are taking the $2 and $3 orders? Basically all the lowball offers coming in. And if it does expand to other VPN platforms, my first VPN one is Uber. Not Uber Eats, Uber. You're going to have a different driver in the seat. Maybe not the vehicle that you drive every day, because surely you wouldn't rent him your car too. But one is the vehicle roadworthy. Mostly, is the vehicle insured? Because the vehicle that's going to be on the system is going to be the account holder. Although you can change that, can change it or add vehicles to it, I know. Does that person have a driver's license? And if they didn't pass the bloody couldn't pass the background check, do you really want them driving VPN people about? Should they be driving people about? I mean, are they VPN nuts? I don't even want to think about that. But anyway, but going back to it all, DoorDash, because that's the one that So you're getting, let's say this VPN person makes $200 in a day. They've taken a whole load of VPN crap offers and they've made 200 notes. So you get 10% of that, say. So $20. So for $20, you're going to VPN let them borrow have your account. Is it worth it? I'd rather VPN be at home without the damn VPN, without earning 10% of it, or 15%, or whatever it be. Because one, they could be messing up your account. So my acceptance rate, I don't really care about. But one, they could be stealing food. And if one of these VPN restaurants finally VPN make a stand against the VPN drivers that do steal food, if that VPN driver that you've rented to decides to steal food, your name's on the account. Who do you think the VPN cops are going to be coming to knock on the door at? It ain't whoever VPN Joe Blogs who you've just bloody rented your account to. It's you dipstick. Plus, if they're earning 200 and you're only getting 20, at the end of the year, or whenever you do your taxes, you got to pay on $200. Not the $20 that you got for VPN getting a kickback off of VPN renting your account to someone. Plus then there's the mileage factor as well on your vehicle. I mean, none of that's going to bloody well line up. I mean, there's all sorts of flipping pitfalls with this. All for flipping being lazy or just not being able to go out to drive just because you've got sick or just don't want to go out for the night. It's raining, it's flipping snowing, whatever the bloody thing is, and you're going to let someone else, a total stranger, go out and deliver for you. What if they crashed the car? Got DoorDash bags in it. Yeah, that's another thing. Where do they get all their DoorDash bags? Do they rent those off for you too? Do you give them a whole bunch? It just seems mind-boggling, and it's got, even though the DoorDash website says that you can let other people drive for you, designated people drive for you or help you, doesn't mean to say that you can just rent it out to anyone and everyone. It's not right. It's not right. We all flipping, as much as we flipping hate doing it, we all flipping pay our taxes. But for those people that you're flipping renting to, they ain't. They're not going to be paying on that money. You are, you bloody idiot. You bloody well are. I mean, like I said, if they earn $200 a day and they give you $20 for letting them use your account, you're paying on the 200, not the 20, not just 20, you dumb shit. It's plus the background check is done on you, not your bloody flipping person that you've rented to. Again, if they could flipping get an account, they would. So what you know? So you know darn well that the reason that they're renting from you is because they can't pass a background check, or they shouldn't be working. It's a minefield, absolute minefield, and it's just mind-boggling that people are too stupid to figure this out. I mean, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. It's mad. Absolutely fucking mad. I can't believe that. I just cannot believe that there's people that fucking stupid that would do this. Absolutely bloody stupid. I mean, dumbass doesn't even flipping get anywhere close with flipping doing it. I mean, you're just stupid. Absolutely fucking ridiculous that if you think that that's a good idea. I mean, think about it. Good God, you don't have to think about it. If you got half a fucking brain cell, you should be flipping well figuring out that this is not a good idea. The person who's out there renting your account and making 200 notes, they're happy. Because at the end of the fucking year, they ain't been paying taxes. You dumb shite, are. And not only taxes, I mean, good God, these people could be running around flipping stealing food. Not only stealing food from the restaurant, but stealing food off of the flipping doorstep. Could be doing anything flipping at these customers' houses. I mean, it just makes me bloody wonder. I mean, there's arseholes in this world that are quite happy to go flipping, do bad things to flipping people that don't deserve it. So some poor flipping woman opens up her door, to not you, but the idiot the scumbag that you possibly could have rented your account to, and they decide that they want to go in and say and greet this flipping person. There is just so much of a pitfall. It's just so much. It's absolutely ridiculous. And DoorDash somehow needs to stop it. DoorDash, all of them. Now, when I was on Dashing Grandpa's live stream earlier, if you've not heard of Dashing Grandpa, I'll put a link up here. Well, I'll put a link down below. Does lots of videos. Very, very nice bloke. Really love listening to him and chat with him. But I'd said, I want to go on a completely different topic. And I said to him about this. And he seemed to know all about it. And then said about, yes, that's what he suspects. That's the reason why Walmart Spark has changed it, where you take a picture of yourself. Well, not only take a picture of yourself, you take a front-facing picture, a left, a right, or a left, whichever way it is around, and I think I had to put my driver's license in this time. I'm on Walmart Spark, but I've not done anything with it as of yet. But I got on there maybe last week, switched it on just to see what was going on, and it asked me to take a forward front picture, left picture, right picture, and I'm sure it asked for my driver's license too. All fine, I mean, I've got nothing to hide. But, and Dashing Grandpa has said, they think that's to curb all these ones that are using other people's accounts. Good. Now, we've always, I don't know if it's always, but I know that when I go on Uber Eats, it doesn't do it every time you go on, but every now and again, I don't know how often it's supposed to do it, but it'll ask for a picture. You can't go on unless you take a picture of yourself. Sure. I wonder if anyone ever checks those. Just see some of my pictures I put on Uber Eats. Maybe I'll put a few up here. But anyway, but it's but to rent your account out to a stranger, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. And there's just for an extra $20 or so, if that. What if they make $100? You made $10. What you do? I would have rather just sat at home and flipping watched the telly all day and flipping not earn anything. But like I was saying on Dashing Grandpa's live stream last night, is that had multiple forms of making money. I've always had multiple ways of making money. I had to slow down a bit this year because, well, a few things happened at home that I just cannot flipping do. I do a lot of other stuff, but I've always done something. I've had fingers in so many flipping different pies. I'm not sure I had enough fingers to do it. But find something, sell stuff on eBay, do a garage sale, do stuff on Facebook Marketplace, go shovel snow or something in the bad weather, or move some leaves about, or bag up some leaves or whatever. If you're not that physical at doing that, just go flipping, like I said, go do stuff on eBay. Or go look for other flipping work. If you're good for, I don't know, making graphics and such, or making websites, do that. Go on Fiverr, be a part of that. I don't know if there's other ones that you can be on, but other stuff, you know. Do something else. There must be a talent that you can do, that you can offer. And if you think you haven't got a talent, then reach deep within, because I'm sure you got something. Just find something. Or go and wash dishes at flipping Cracker Barrel or whoever. Bloody, I don't know. There is always something to get if you get your hand in somewhere. Do something on the side. Make flipping, I don't know, cakes, or make sandwiches. Sandwiches used to be a bloody good thing. We used to have flipping people come around and deliver sandwiches. Certainly when I was much younger, it was more of a thing. When it all started up, people would come around the business and say, do you want to buy? I mean, they were all properly made and such. But if you've got a talent for making some sort of cake, or I don't know, you've got some sort of recipe that you can make really well, then take that around to make some of it. Take it around to different businesses. When I worked at the car dealership, we had people that come around with sandwiches, or people that would come around with different drinks and such. And you know, you'd have one there, and if you liked it, then order it for the next day, or whenever they're going to be back in town again. It just or back in that area again. It just there's always something. Don't just look at the world and go, oh yeah, that's it. No, everyone's done something. No, that's been done before. Bollocks. There's always a flipping way to make money. Keeping a bastard stuff is an hardship, but there's always a bloody way to make money. You just got to look further than the end of your nose and have a bit of motivation. Your motivation is that you might be kicked out of your ass, might be kicked out of your flat. That's motivation enough, isn't it? But renting your flipping account out for door-dashing or whatever platform it is, yeah, I mean, if you flipping rent it, if you have Walmart Spark, Uber Eats, Uber, I don't know if it's separated, but anyway, Lyft, Skipcart, it's been shipped, Instacart, whichever. If you've got all of them and you've got someone rented out every day and you're earning $20 on each one, yeah, it could be a nice profit. But still, at the end of the day, all that money that they're earning, that they're getting, you're the one paying taxes on it. You're the one paying taxes on $200. If they each make $200 on each one of those a day, you're the one paying $200 on your Lyft. You're the one that's paying $200 on your Uber Eats or your Uber or whichever bloody one it is. You might be thinking that making $100 a day, whatever it is, sat at home is great. But at the end of the year, you've got to account for that. And also, you've got to run the risk of who you've been rented your account to. It's ridiculous. Absolutely bloody ridiculous. And hopefully anyone that's done that and is watching, hopefully if you've been pull your head out your arse and back and think about it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget this Sunday for us, we're doing the challenge with food delivery challenge with or against, I suppose, Angela at Bomb City Dashing. My knee is still flipping giving me a little bit of grief. I've still got the trapped nerve in it. It's not so bad at the moment. I mean, it's nothing you can do with a bloody trapped nerve, crying out loud. I've had them before. But I'm just going to do it. You know, I'm going to do it regardless. It will slow me down possibly. I might not even feel it throughout the day. Yeah, right. I will. But it's, I'm just going to head and do it. Let's get this done. Let's get this challenge ripping done and dusted with, and let's have a laugh with it. And see which charity makes the money. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. Ta-da.